Oh, there's SoMee.
Oh, there he is. Chris,
Hey,
welcome.
hey guys, how's it going? Hey, can you hear me?
I don't see him either, though. I do see his chat.
Hello.
Can't hear you either.
I think he's standing right next to me.
Or he must not do that.
Oh, he's all the way in the back.
There we go.
Yes.
He's
Yeah,
run
come
to
on
the
down.
front. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, I'm late.
Brian, I need to add on, man. I was jealous the other day when you had that microphone, man. Okay, we got everybody here.
Can you guys hear me?
It looks like it.
Okay, mic check for everybody. Cosmos? All good. Okay, Jolly Boy?
Yep, good.
Chris?
Let me see. Mic check, mic check. Let's see.
Zach, you're good.
Hey, Brian, I was going to ask you, because I don't know like what time we have until, and I did a little quick recon on SoMee, and it's like exciting. So you may have to like tell me, hey, we only have 10 minutes left.
Mic check.
Yeah.
I can talk about
I'll be
practice
here just
all day long.
So, all right. So,
Hey, mic check, mic check.
There we go.
Okay,
There we
awesome,
go. Perfect.
awesome.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna jump right into it. We've got up here on stage as part of our Polycon 2023 AMA series. Up next we have the team from SoMee Social, and the moderator for this AMA is going to be Mr. Cosmos Haas. Here we've got about a half an hour for this one, you guys. So we're going to turn the time right over to you guys, and we'll get started.
All right, guys. So what I'd like to do is just have you guys pass the mic around, do a quick little introduction on yourselves, and basically how long you've been into crypto.
Awesome. Yeah, I guess I'll start. My name is Dallas. My username here, Dally Boy. Unfortunately, I'm stuck as this dragon, so just pretend that I'm a very, very smart individual that knows his stuff. All right. No, I'm kidding, guys. I'm director of communications and marketing for SoMee. I've been involved in crypto for about 4 years now, and I'm very, very excited to be a part of this event in this world of Polygon. So thank you guys for having us, and I'll pass the mic over.
Right. So my name is Philip. I'm the Chief Operating Officer over here at SoMee. I have been in crypto since it first came out in 2009. I'm old. It's just how it is. And I was in the military, and I decided to come over and help with Chris on SoMee, and I've been working on operations ever since then.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for having us, guys. This is Christopher, founder of SoMee. I've been in crypto since 2016. And this is amazing to be doing our first presentation here at Polycon in the metaverse. So thanks for having us. We're excited to be here.
Is that all three? That's the whole team right there?
Well, that's not the whole team, but
Well,
that's
no,
all
you get-
here right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, the other team members haven't made it in yet.
Okay. So did you guys all cyber meet?
Yeah, we've met. Well, actually, I met Philip in on the web years ago, and then we started working together. And recently, when I was in Vegas, we were going to meet physically, but it was a crazy time. I was at the W3BX conference with Bijo and Esmarie and Nick. And Philip, we still didn't get a chance to meet physically. So it's been cyber. And then when I met Dallas, it was actually through a mutual contact here in Portland. And we actually met face to face. And then, he was with another project that wanted to do what we're doing, but they just didn't have all of the technology behind it, because we spent so much time building our tech stack that he was like, guys, I got to come over to join you. So that's how we met in person. And now we're always online, but we definitely have had that physical meeting as well in real world.
Nice. So I always like to know the story of, what problem did you see in this space, and then just in life in general, that made you decide, like, let's go for this. This is a much needed tool for people and companies and for everyone, for SoMee.
Yeah, for sure. Originally, when I was watching the rise of Facebook, like we all were, what struck me was that at the time when Facebook was really growing so rapidly, the broadband devices opened up at the same time. So people never had before had joined a platform so quickly and so rapidly and created all that energy. And what struck me is that it built the value so quickly for a platform, but the users themselves weren't able to capitalize on it. So that was the first problem that I set out to solve, and it was so early that I think we were pretty much before the market was ready for it with all the influencer marketing and stuff like that now. But then over the years, there's been a lot of inherent issues that have developed, as we've all seen, with social media, privacy breaches, reselling user data without knowledge or consent behind their back, and shadow banning, censorship. So all of these inherent problems that developed when we pivoted into blockchain in 2016, 2017, it's just right in line with the values and what we're trying to solve for social media in general. So monetization is one aspect, but then putting people in control and letting them opt into data sharing, monetization, and giving them some censorship resistance. It's all kind of in line with what we want to solve for social media.
It's fascinating because it's wild to say, but I mean, essentially my life kind of revolves around Twitter now. And if you'd have told me that a couple of years ago, I didn't even have a Twitter before last summer of 21. And really, I didn't start doing content and doing like AMAs and spaces until about Thanksgiving. And shadow banning is for real. I mean, I personally try to stay on the side of never posting anything controversial or anything politically or just like things like that. And I still feel at times that my account, and I know it's true because some of my like hardcore followers will tell me like, hey, some of your posts are coming up on my on my feed or on my thread or whatever. And I'm like, really? And then there have been times where people say, oh, I'll post a comment on one of your posts and it doesn't show. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's been there was a point where people couldn't add one another, and they're definitely messing with it. And the shadow banning is a real thing, and it's sad because a lot of people, especially in crypto, if you think about it, Twitter is kind of like our central hub to go get data and information to one another. And if there's any problems with that, it's like all hell goes with Twitter. So crypto Twitter.
Yeah.
So like kind of pivoting into that point, like what kind of like options do you guys offer like on social media?
Yeah, it's what we built is basically like a blockchain agnostic platform that allows people to connect to the blockchain and interact with it the way they choose. We have something called the ad share marketplace that allows them to generate private keys for specific data points that they would choose to share. We haven't released that yet. Our strategy is to scale up like 3 to 5 million users. Excuse me, and then basically release that or inject that into the platform with the brands that we have coming on board. So we really want to be thoughtful about that. But those are the features now that people are using, are basically the auto monetize feature where they can connect and then automatically generate a private, they generate their private keys, and then once they connect that to our DApp, they're able to post, like, earn, and monetize on social media just automatically, and it's all done through smart contract. That's a cool feature. And at the end of this month, or like in the beginning of next month, depending on where the developer's at, we have minting NFTs on the platform on Polygon. And that's going to be exciting because people can then not only monetize a post, but they can say offer as an NFT. And so if they want to offer any one of their social posts on the platform as an NFT, they'll also be able to sell that or let people bid on it on their profiles. So there's a couple of different feature sets right now that are pretty exciting.
So like hypothetically, if I write, because I like to do a lot of like threads, And like I was telling you about earlier about the 2 weeks that's been kind of messed up on Twitter, I haven't really been doing threads because I know a lot of people aren't seeing it. So like hypothetically, I could write a thread and then create that as like an NFT. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, at the end of the month, you'll be able to create any type of post that you want, video post to audio to text to images, whatever you want, and just NFT enable it. And whenever somebody wants to buy that from you, they'll send you an offer, and then it gets minted as an NFT on the chain.
Nice, I like that. What else? That's really nice. I think I heard of someone else kind of doing something similar where you can just make like any post a thread, but not anything like this. And then like for you guys, did like the stats come into your mind when you were like, we need to build this protocol out? Because I know I'm really into the privacy aspect of crypto, and it's fascinating how people just don't care about their data, or should care, and they don't. And how much data is basically just stolen off of us and then used for others to prosper off of it.
Well, what's interesting is the amount of people leaving social media today. And I know that you guys have another event talking about the impact of social media here later today as well, but that's one of the things that we're always focused on. How many people actually leave Twitter, how many people leave Facebook and Instagram, and also all the major players on a daily basis because of those particular issues. And they need to go somewhere. Many of them are willing to go back to Twitter because, Musk took over and he's changing things, but Twitter just hasn't been doing very well these days, as you know. So SoMee wanted to create something that allowed social media to not just be accessible, which it is to anybody, even if you don't have blockchain knowledge, but also be privacy assured. Your data is yours. We don't buy it. We don't own it. We don't control it. Whatever you post, whoever follows you to see it if you want them to see it. Otherwise, you can keep it private. And that's the one thing that we're built on is the code of privacy that we give you. And so we do know that with the tens of thousands of people that leave those platforms on a daily basis, they're looking and needing those services like SoMee, and especially the 18 to 25-year-old market. These people are not very happy with social media the way it is right now.
Yeah, it's a shame because I know a lot of people, they lost jobs, they lost all kind of things from social media. Sometimes it's kind of on them because they post some really obnoxious things and controversial things that I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand why they posted that. But there's also been times where people post things in private and then, things happen too, which is unfortunate. Like going back to your side, like how does, like for your protocol, how do you generate revenue?
Yeah, so last year, actually the year before, we did about 2 million in revenue in these Power Boost package. So then we broke the blockchain because we had too much traffic, and then we had to recode our entire framework last year, and then we relaunched. And so it's been interesting, but basically the revenue streams are these Power Boost packages that we sell. We allow people to buy the packages. The way that the algorithm works on the chain that we use for liking, posting, and auto monetizing the content is that when somebody posts a piece of content, it's 100% free. So it's a freemium model. But when you post on the platform, you can only maybe post once a day on the blockchain. So what we did is we reconfigured our network to a hybrid Web 2, Web 3, which basically allows us to scale like a Facebook or Insta. But then we've implemented with this massive backend, we've implemented different blockchains so that people can interact with different chains and some cross-chain compatibility. And so with our primary blockchain, when you post on the blockchain, there's a limited amount of resource credits that allows you to actually post on the chain. And that's done purposely to protect the integrity of the monetization system. But if somebody wants more resource credits, they buy a Power Boost package. And that enables them to get, not only allows them to post up to every 5 minutes on chain, but it also allows them to have increased voting power, what we call voting power. So when you like somebody else's post that's on the blockchain, it immediately calls attention from a daily reward pool to that post. And so it's different from a tipping system. There's some complexity there, but it's based on the Hive blockchain in that aspect. And then basically when you're powered up, like I don't have to be a big influencer per se to earn a high amount. I could go to my favorite influencer who's posting on chain, and if they have $1,000 on their post, and I'm powered up as a whale, or like have my tokens locked up on the platform, that gives me increased voting power and allows me to bootstrap my earnings off that person's popularity. So that's kind of a game changer. And what we do is we sell these packages that allow people different delegations. We don't actually sell the token because, again, we don't want to act as an exchange. So what we did is we just created a protocol that delegates the power for the voting power, and it literally allows the users to buy the packages to accelerate their earnings on the platform. And what we do is we put a percentage of that back into the token to build liquidity, and then we have a little bit of profit. Another revenue stream is that they once we release the ad share marketplace is these ad packages. So we have anywhere from 500 to 50,000 for brands that they can buy the advertising packages, and then basically allows them some interaction with their target audience in this ad share marketplace that allows both parties to participate together, to share data for the brands to benefit from the data in a consent-based system. And that's another revenue stream. At the end of this month, or mid next month, we'll have the NFT packs. So basically people can buy the NFT packs and just mint on Polygon. And we're super excited to have, Polygon integration, and to see what we can do with Polydoge and you guys to launch on our platform as well. That's another, small revenue stream. So we like to take where we're trying to figure that part out, like if we do like the standard 2% of the transaction fees, or we just do like these NFT packs and just let people mint and then they keep 100%. So we're kind of debating right now on what we do, but either way, it'll be like very minimal as far as a revenue stream. And I don't know, am I missing anything, Philip? I feel like there's other revenue streams.
There's other things. We're also forgetting
Oh, yeah.
additional monetizations that we have for like our video service. It allows you to actually upload your videos and create your channels, just like
Oh, that's right.
But we also let you add your revenue streaming there. You can also sell your videos on our Play service as well. You can also rent videos if you're a filmmaker and you want to put your short videos up there. People get your movies out, all that good stuff. We have a new fan service coming out as well that allows you to actually monetize your profiles. So I mean, really, there's
several more revenue.
The way that we approach social media is it's your content. We just want to give you the voice and the ability to say what you want to say online, and the ability to monetize it in any way that is capable for you to monetize it. And so as a platform, of course, we want to make sure that we're supporting everybody. So you usually have a set 2% that we take for anything that's earned on the platform, but above that, good.
I like that. So I guess one of my questions would be, how long did it take you to rebalance and recode from when you seen a pitfall in your coding? How long did that take?
When we crashed the blockchain, okay, which was really fun, by the way. When we crashed the blockchain, it took us 3 months to completely recode to a new application. And then within a month after that, we were live and up in operation. And then when we decided to implement a few other services like our Play service and our music service and our fan service, we got those up in about a month or two. So for us, the way that we handle most of the issues that we face is, with our recording software, we can see when people are having problems. We've got our our error reports coming in from users. We'll investigate them all at the same time, and then we'll code and do production at the same time as well, so that there's never really a missing beat of what we do.
I like that. And I think what you guys are doing is kind of like a one-stop shop for everything. For example, I know a lot of people in this space that do primarily YouTube videos and content for crypto. And like, luckily, fortunately, I have, I don't know, about 34,000 followers on Twitter now, and I've only really been doing it for about a year and a half. And they'll hit me up saying, "Hey, what did you have to do?" And I'm just honest with them. Like, I had to do a lot of stuff for free. I had the time. Most people didn't have the time. When COVID happened, it kind of gave me a lot of freedom and time to kind of do whatever I wanted. And I started like really deep diving into crypto. And then, but that goes the same thing with people on Twitter like myself. I don't really do YouTube videos. I've only made one ever. And I know it would take so much work for me to build up like a subscriber base because it's like all these different social networks are kind of fragmented from one another. I mean, hell, I've even talked to people that have like 1 million subscribers on like TikTok, and they don't have any followers on Twitter or any traction on YouTube. So like having a place where all that data can be and kind of like you can have like a portfolio of all your you know, content, so to speak, is really cool. I guess the other thing is because like I'm a really big privacy maxi, and I don't really care what people say. To be honest with you, I believe in like freedom of speech like to the fullest, unless it's like really this. What happens if someone's like in your system, just like really posting like really bad things? Like what can the users do? They just like block them, or like, how does that work?
Users have the ability to block as well as unfollow users from seeing their content. And they also have the ability to report that content, which we'll, of course, review based on our terms of service. And the way that we actually review the content moderation is very straightforward. Plus, we're also going to be introducing social moderation as well, which will allow most of the non-controversial posts to be out there for everybody to actually judge for themselves, whether or not it should be on the platform or off the platform. So social content moderation is also, but you have the ability to block and unfollow and do all sorts of things if you don't want to see somebody's content.
Nice, I like that. Because there's posts out there on Twitter where like I might not necessarily agree with anything that person's particularly saying. And, you know, having said that, I don't feel like that person banned or shadow banned or, you know, looked at it a different way. I mean, it is what it is. We're all humans. We're not all going to agree on the same topics, especially if it has to do anything with the topics that people really shouldn't speak about, like religion, politics, and things like that. But I feel like in this space, especially on Twitter, maybe it's getting better, but if you had any sort of point of view against like COVID or like right wing, left wing, it's like you just got banned like right away. It's kind of like it really felt kind of a scary world that we live in. Like it's really not freedom of speech at all, you know.
Slippery
and that's the one
slope.
thing that we actually do focus on is we want to make sure that people have an equal voice. SoMee doesn't judge. If you want to, you know, spout out right-wing propaganda or left-wing, you know, statements, or if you're against this or for it doesn't really matter what you post. The community is the community. If the people you follow all believe in the same thing you believe in, then great. We don't do these little tricky algorithms that other social medias do. What you see on your timeline is the order of the posts coming in from your followers and from your friends and from the groups and pages that you follow. We don't believe that that should be AI algorithmically challenged. We don't want anybody to have to sit there and suffer through that. You know, I go on Twitter every single day, and I got to tell you, I've been an activist for a while for, you know, most Democratic and liberal parties, but my Twitter is full of right-wing data everywhere. I don't follow any right-wing stuff, but that's what my Twitter is. And it's very frustrating because I don't follow any of that, and yet that's what I see. And yet my Facebook is the direct opposite. It's everything liberal. It's very strange. When I
was going to say, do you think they do that on purpose to like try to get people to divide one another? I feel like, I mean, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like I don't, like you were talking about earlier, I don't do Facebook and I don't do any of that. I mean, technically I still have an account. It's only because I'm older and I went to school far away and I still have friends that kind of use it just for in a pinch if someone wanted to get a hold of me. But I feel like anytime if I do put that on, it's just like stuff that I don't agree, and it's like they're trying to get you to like fight with one another. That's what I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I don't necessarily think you're wrong. I know Facebook's been in trouble for doing research on their customer base and actually manipulating stories and how things are worded between different geographic regions. That's what Facebook does, because they want to see what the effect is going to be and how it actually works. But for us, it's what you see is literally what you get. If somebody posts a video at 4 a.m., that's posted at 4 a.m. You come onto your feed, you're going to see it in the order that it was posted on your feed. We don't believe in controlling that information. Obviously, there are some things that you can't post online, like we're not going to allow death and murder on the website directly. That's just not how that works. But there are some things that, you know, people should be aware of. And if you want to use the platform to voice your opinion or, you know, get some information out there, even if it's shocking information, as long as it's informational, as long as it's educational, as long as it has a purpose, it'll stay on the platform. We don't believe in censoring people that way.
I like that. because that's what I'm all about. Like you're saying, you know, you go on and you're saying things that you completely disagree with, and even if you completely disagree with it, you know, it's like, to me, those people, as long as they're not being real obnoxious and hateful and trying to be real violent, then I guess they should be able to say however they feel, even if you technically just disagree with everything they say. So
Absolutely.
I like that.
A good converse is, as long as you are talking, that's where the key of information is. It doesn't matter if you're agreeing with the person. It doesn't matter if you understand their point of view. As long as you're talking, that's how change actually comes out. And, you know, we've had a situation just recently where we had one of our videos come up to moderation. So it did offend people. It was a very offensive video that was posted online. It did show some atrocities during the Ukrainian war and all that good stuff. And people wanted it taken down, but we reviewed it. We looked at the source of the video. We saw why it was posted. It wasn't posted to glorify. It wasn't posted to boost anybody. It was literally posted to illustrate a war crime. And we did feel that because it was illustrated, because it was educational and informational, it didn't breach our actual policies. And that's how we approach moderation on most things. And unfortunately, most platforms, they would rather take that stuff up, was not to offend people. But information doesn't have to be offensive. Information is just information. If you're willing to look at the information in front of you and go, hey, look, I understand, I may not agree with it, but thank you for pointing this out to me, then true change can happen. And that's what SoMee wants.
I'm not sure whose mic is on. As one of you guys can mute your mic, so it's
I
not.
think that's Chris.
I don't know if I have the option to like mute that person so they're not echoing, but I agree with everything you said there, and I that's what I stand for, is people being able to voice their opinion openly and not feel like you know, they're going to be banned and things like that. Like for me, I've always been kind of, I guess I'm older. I don't really like confrontation that much, and I mean, I just want to chill and have a good time. And even if it's something I don't disagree with, but at times, even on Twitter, I feel like I really can't truly be myself because I just don't want to. Not that I don't want to offend people. Yes, I don't really want to offend anyone. I just like, I don't want to be banned or anything. Because I know some people that have 80, 90, 100,000 followers, and I understand how much work it takes to really get to that point in your journey of Twitter. And it's really sad when people get banned, and it's like they never can kind of come back from that. And so it's like really you're treading a thin line in this space. And again, like Twitter is like the main hub for like crypto news. It really is. It's just like that's kind of, it is what it is at this point. Can that change? Yeah, maybe hopefully with what you guys have going on and blockchain technology and being able to incentivize people for making good content. Because I know like one of the problems that I have in this space is, well, just in general in this space, is the education. It's not really there, and it's really fragmented. But also like the people that are providing like really solid educational content, it's more of like a hobby for them, and it's not really self-sustainable. You know, I put 12 to 15 hours a day, generally 5 to 6 days a week in this space, and a lot of it is providing content on Twitter, and it's not really financially rewarding. I don't really do it for that, but however, you know, I do have a family. I can't be like, my wife can't be like, what are you doing? You know, like, can you pay the bills by doing any of this stuff? And I'm not saying I'm trying to get wealthy off of it, but it would be nice every once in a while to get kind of rewarded for providing like really solid and good content. And I was saying earlier, with Twitter messing around for about 2 weeks now, it's almost like pointless to put out anything really like a threat or anything, because I really feel like with what's going on with the algorithms or whatever, it's not really reaching people. And it's definitely a tough balance. But like kind of tidbitting from that to kind of finish up with what you guys have going on. I know you said about the NFTs, but what else is like on your roadmap for 2023?
Oh my goodness, what don't we have on our map? We have sector-based social coming out. We've got we already talked about the, you know what? Actually, I'll just bring it up for you. How about that? Let's see, devs.somee.social/roadmap.
Yeah, our immediate
The
immediate release is we have, you know, because the content monetization system for auto monetize isn't a tipping system, it's not a paywall. So we have a paywall feature, and I think, you know, Philip already mentioned that. and that will allow people to do like premium content if they wanted, like do content gating and stuff like that. So it's another revenue stream for the creators if you want to do something like that. And then we have obviously the NFTs that are coming, and we just spun up a play.somee.social video service, as Philip said. That's basically a combination of, if you think of like YouTube type style, but then for the shorts, kind of like a TikTok style. So it kind of combines those two elements. So we're trying to, capitalize on giving people the ability to do different types of content all in one kind of app experience. So we're still connecting those, but right now you can log in via SoMee to to those different play services, and we have a music service. And Philip could probably share more on the roadmap. I know I was just going to say we have a 5-year plan to completely decentralize the data mesh so that we're not really reliant on like the AWS. And that'll take some time, to completely do that. But right now, even if we, for some reason, banned your front end content, you still have some immutability because you can post and be seen on other front ends on the blockchain. So at least that's in place. But Philip can probably expand more on the roadmap too.
I don't know if you can see my screen, but I am sharing it for you. You can actually go to our dev blog and click the roadmap button there, and you'll actually see our roadmap here. We've got a lot of stuff coming up that we're working on right now, such as adding the Skrill to Poly Square integration, the social content moderation, SoMee sectors, which are specific to individual sectors like education sector. We've got the other sectors coming in that are very specific to social media that are usually underrepresented. So we've got that coming up. We're adding NFT gamification as well. We've got some live video enhancements coming up. Most of the stuff you can see here within our roadmap, and a lot of the stuff that we needed.
I can't really see your screen, just FYI. I don't know if anyone else can.
I'm sharing it. I don't know what it looks like.
It's devs.somee.social/roadmap, I believe, if you want to just check it out online.
And then you guys probably have a booth there, correct?
We do have a booth. I'm not sure how to access it, but I know that you can click on the location room on the site and then scroll down to SoMee and click on directions, and it should take you there.
I'm sure Brian, he knows more about how all those mechanics work with the.
But we do have a booth,
so your booth is located in the Kyber Swap exhibit hall. So there's a couple different ways to get there. You can access it from the main lobby and just navigate through there, or you can teleport to the Kyber Swap hall as well.
All right, there you go.
And I'm sure this is a yes to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyhow. Do you guys have a way to archive your best threads and posts and whatnot?
Yes, you can bookmark and you can save them, and then we also have the ability to auto archive your images, your videos, and things like that to your album as you use the site.
That's amazing, because I don't know how many posts. I'm probably at 20,000 posts by now, and it's really hard to go ahead and find all the good ones I've ever had. Unless it's kind of recent, you could use the analytics and okay, there's these many engagements. But I know I had a lot of really good posts when I first started posting ever, and it's nearly impossible for me unless I want to sit there and go through every post, and it'll take me forever to go find my first initial threads, my different things that I've made over my time. And it's just cool to see maybe my improvements and things that I've got better at, my craft, and it's nearly impossible. So I just give up, and
Well, we're going to be adding a user dashboard for analytics as well to your actual page, which will show you what your performance is over time. Right now, we've done that for earnings so that you can see what your best earnings posts are. But we're also going to be doing that for engagements too, so that you can see over time how many views you've had on your posts, what posts have done well, what things you've been talking about. So that's part of our Creator Studio update that's coming up.
Nice. And 30 minutes isn't long enough. So possibly when I get back from Denver, it'd be nice to maybe have a Twitter space at some point with you guys. And I'm definitely going to do the deep dive. And I'm really fascinated on all the tooling and opportunities that you guys are building out for, everyone. And I always tell everyone listening that everyone's a creator. We're all artists one way or another. I don't care. Personally, for me, I don't look down on people that only have 500, maybe even 100, less than 100 followers, because I know how hard it is to break through to actually start to gain traction on social media. So, hopefully with what you guys are building out, it's a little bit of ease. It's easier for people to navigate and become somewhat noticeable, because I feel like there's a lot of people that I see on Twitter, and I'll follow them as long as they're out there trying and working, that provide like really amazing content, and then it's like they don't have any followers. It's kind of like sad in a way, and it's going to be more empowering that they can actually kind of build out a community with all the tooling that you guys are offering.
Oh yeah, you can build out communities, pages, group pages. Once a fan site comes out, you can build out fandoms and things like that. So basically, it's just social media for everybody. So we look forward to working on Twitter Spaces with you if you want to host one. We do have our monthly AMA as well at the end of every single month on the last Saturday at 10:30 in the morning. So you can always join us for those.
What time? 10:30? Is it Eastern time or
Pacific?
Pacific? Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm usually up Saturday mornings. I'm on the East Coast, so I'll check it out for sure. And I know 30 minutes is kind of up here, but for everyone listening, you guys can go check out their booth. Hopefully, you guys figure out like where you're at, so you can maybe answer any follow-up questions and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go over there as soon as this is over. I'm going to go stand in front of the booth. So if you have questions, then.
Nice, because this was a great conversation. The 30 minutes is not long enough. Obviously, I could talk to you guys for a lot longer than this. But
Thanks a lot, Haas.
Appreciate
it, Haas. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us.
For sure. I'm definitely here. I'm always here to help you along the journey. You know what I mean? So I want to be doing this for the rest of my life. And I'm sure you guys feel the same way. I mean, that's how I feel like everyone I meet in this space has that same vibe. So I'm looking forward to seeing like you guys keep chugging along with what you guys got going on too. So
yeah, you as well, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys. This has been a fantastic AMA with the team from SoMee Social. So like they said, go check them out on all of their channels and go see their booth here in the Kyber Swap exhibit hall. Gosh, that's a mouthful. and other than that, let's give them a round of applause here. This concludes their AMA.